Hey, this is Politics with Laura. I got a good one for you today. Joe Biden signed an executive order to ensure that women get abortions. Don't let the way I'm saying it confuse you or thinking I'm pro-choice, pro pro-choice or pro-life. I'm pro-constitution. Whatever you do is your business. I have nothing to do with that. Now, Biden said that he believes that the Supreme Court is showing raw political power and is out of control, so he's going to override them and write an executive order. Now, keep in mind, executive orders are only as good as as long as he's president. Once he's out of office, any president can undo it. Whatever. This is going to be very interesting. Now, I got this article from the Jerusalem Times. Let me get rid of that. All right. Biden signs executive order on abortion, declares Supreme Court out of control. This is going to be a good one. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. U.S. President Joe Biden said the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade decision that legalized abortion was an exercise of raw political power, and signed an executive order on Friday to help protect access to services to terminate pregnancies. What we are witnessing was a constitutional judgment. It is an exercise in raw political power, Biden told reporters at the White House. We cannot allow an out of control Supreme Court working in conjunction with extremist elements of the Republican Party to take away freedoms of our personal autonomy. White House is not publicly entertaining the idea of reforming the court itself or expanding 9-member panels. Interesting, interesting, interesting. That's very interesting. Because if he's not interested in expanding the panel of judges, and he is saying that these judges are out of control in expressing political power, no. Judges do not. Oh, what is that noise? The Supreme Court justices are supposed to hold up the Constitution, and that is it. What is constitutional and what isn't constitutional. And when you really look at it, the justices have something there, in my opinion. I am no legal scholar. However, I was thinking them using the 4th, the 14th, and the 9th Amendment. I found that quite interesting, to where the 9th Amendment gives you life, liberty, and property. The first one is life. That's the main one. Life, liberty, and property. So you can have the liberty of life, but then have life, but then turn around and have the liberty to have an abortion. That really makes no sense. And to me, I had a Mr. X a couple of weeks ago. Check out what we were talking about, and he brought that up, and I brought that up. So check that out. Let's go back to the article. Okay. Why is this not working? Oh, here it is. All right. Now, what I found interesting was here. Okay, instead, Biden lays out how abortion rights could be codified into law by voters if they elect 2 additional pro-choice senators and 2 pro-choice House, and urge women to turn out in record numbers to vote. This is really interesting. This is saying a whole lot right here. OMG. I'm going to just listen to this. He wants the right to codify into law by voters if they elect 2 additional pro-choice senators and a additional pro-choice House and urge women to vote. In order to pass this law, he wants to revamp, adding 2 additional senators to get abortion through, having nothing to do with the citizens of the United States in all 50 states and what they want. But you're going to tell the American people, I'm going to add this, vote on it. Hey, women, come on out and say yes. We got to get these abortions. And additional House of Representatives, come on. So that you can have abortions. Now, I have a big problem when you have one branch of government superseding on the other. That's why you have 3 separate branches to keep the balance of power, to keep one from going haywire, which the president is going haywire. Now, we have to ensure that the laws that are on the federal level meet the Constitution. And take yourself out of what you want and just look at the Constitution for what it is. Look at how they applied the abortion law, how they got it. Because I'm telling you, back at that time, back in the 60s, I remember my mom and my sisters telling me how contentious it was. And there was a lot of political push to get it. And I believe, looking back on it, that there was such a political push to where there were more liberal justices that allowed it. Now, for Roe versus Wade was overturned because you had 2 nonprofits fighting back and forth, and they were one-upping each other, suing each other back and forth for the same thing. Abortions and birth control, the same thing that happened back in the 60s and the 50s, the same thing reoccurred today. And I guess it made the justices take a closer look on how it was applied, basically. But let me go back to what I was talking about. All right. I did not mean to go this long. All right. Biden has been under pressure from supporters, particularly progressive, to take action, the landmark decision which upended roughly 50 years of protection of women's reproductive rights. You know something? This right here has to stop. This has to stop. Women's reproductive rights. I take offense to that because reproductive rights, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. It just annoys me. Reproductive rights. All right, Biden. Let me make sure I have this right. All right, Biden redirected the Health and Human Service Department to take action, protect, and expand access to medical abortions approved by the Food and Drug Administration and the White House. The White House said he also directed the department to ensure women have access to emergency medical care, family planning services, and contraceptives, including uterine IUDs. Biden's Attorney General and the White House Counsel will convene pro bono attorneys and other organizations to provide legal counsel to protect and seeking an abortion as well as abortion providers. You know something? I wish Joe Biden had this much rigor for H.R. 40. I mean, he's bending over backwards, but he will not do anything for H.R. 40 at all. There is something called quid pro quo. It's something that's done in politics all of the time. You might not like it, but that's what happens. Biden, you're going to have a hard time with this one, because when you ran for president, you looked people in their face and said, "You're not black if you don't vote for me. I'll look into reparations." And you looked us, namely me, I'm talking about me, in my face and lied to me. Look, you may not like what I'm saying, and that is okay. That is your prerogative not to like it. But I don't like being lied to. And I don't like the fact that he's doing all this, but he can't even do anything for a simple study. You give Ukraine $440 billion and counting. You give money to other countries, but you don't take care of home first. Remember, you want to get reelected. Keep on going the way you're going, and you just might not get reelected, no matter how many abortions you allow to happen. Oh, okay, maybe that was the wrong way of saying it. I'm rambling. Not rambling, but I'm on a roll. No matter what you do, you're going to have a hard time getting over this one. You are. You might be a one-term president. And what you're doing here, it's not going to be enough, because you have too many people that are upset with you, Mr. Biden, President Biden. Okay, I'm going to close this one out. I'm starting to ramble, but 12 minutes. I didn't mean to do that. On that note, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Look, we all are entitled to our opinion. We all are entitled to what we feel about Roe versus Wade. Me, again, I'm pro-Constitution. And the Supreme Court spoke. Now, President Biden is going to overturn this, and whenever something we don't like what the Supreme Court did, we're just simply going to overturn it. This is precedent, President Biden. You're opening up a serious can of worms that you will never, ever, ever be able to put back in. Since you did this now, whenever the Supreme Court says something, now the people are going to pressure the president to overturn whatever they want. Remember, there is a constitution that must be upheld. You may not like it. Have the senators go to their constituents and have the constituents say yay or nay. That's how it always has been done. But to do that is a dangerous, slippery slope that you are doing. On that note, if you like my content, as already stated, I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers. Like, subscribe. Most of all, I want to thank you for stopping by. And if you think I'm totally out of pocket, like, subscribe, and tell me, or dislike, subscribe, and tell me what I said wrong. If I said anything wrong, tell me where I'm wrong, and cite your source so I can look it up for myself. And if I'm wrong, I'll make another video apologizing. On that note, thank you for stopping by.